Now, on top of the put positions, however, not yet exercised, which we talked about in yesterday's video, Antara just sold more APE. They ended up selling 100,000 shares at $1.60 on May 15th, and the rest of the trades were also on May 15th in separate orders. One order at 613,000 at $1.62, one order for 22,000 at $1.61, and finally 500,000 APE shares at $1.63. What is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, make sure to stay till the end of the video so you don't have to watch another update video here on YouTube. Hopefully you are all enjoying your day. If you find value out of the video or just enjoy watching, make sure to hit the like button. It's free. It helps out the channel. Plus, hit the subscribe button if you want to join us on this journey to financial freedom. We are nearing 14,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for the support. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so on top of Antara selling APE, the next thing that I wanted to touch on is Wealthsimple. If you guys are using this, be very, very careful because they are tricking apes into actually lending out their AMC and GameStop shares, lending them out to short sellers to borrow against the stock. Too long didn't read. They tricked people into agreeing with a full screen login prompt that you had to accept to log into the app with no close or dismiss button. Some might have thought it was just accepting an alert about a new feature and not enabling the feature itself. However, this was actually to enable share lending on the platform. You guys may not even notice, but potentially if you're using Wealthsimple, you may just be lending out your shares. Now, the SEC has proposed requiring clearinghouses to monitor margin exposures on an ongoing basis and gives them the authority to make intraday margin calls as frequently as circumstances warrant. Now, again, this is just proposed by the SEC, not yet necessarily passed and put into full throttle, but the proposal is to require clearinghouses, so the DTCC for example, to monitor margin exposures on an ongoing basis and basically give them the power to make margin calls at any point throughout the day and as frequently as they want. So if the DTCC is monitoring margin and saying, yo, this is sketchy, it's 3:30 on a random Wednesday, we're going to margin call, bang, boom, bow. This is exactly what the SEC is proposing. So not necessarily the biggest news, but it definitely is more bullish than bearish. If anything, neutral right now since it is in the proposal phase. Now this is interesting. What was the point of the BlackRock funded Allegheny lawsuit? That plaintiffs agreed to the settlement is interesting. After accusing Adam Aron of manipulation, if they took major issue with Adam Aron's plans, why just settle for a few extra shares? Is it actually just to get a snapshot? Now what does this mean? The snapshot could be a plan to expose naked shorts, potentially. Count all the shareholders for sure, but maybe count all the shares as well. No wonder so many shills want to stop the reverse split. Now, the last statement I disagree with. I don't think you're a shill if you do want to stop the reverse split. You are just trying to protect your investment. But this is interesting to say the least. Moving on, see how Allegheny was funded by BlackRock here. Between July 21st and October 20th of 2022, Allegheny Court Employees Retirement System suing AMC went through $16 million of cash from BlackRock. Transfer of $8 million from BlackRock July 1st, vendor expenses list State Street, Mellon Capital, and others. Another interesting thing is how Allegheny doesn't actually show up as owning shares in any of the 13Fs, whereas the other pension funds do. So many questions with very few answers. However, if you go down in the comments, a lot of people have tinfoil hats about this. Someone stating that it is a stall tactic. Someone also stating it may be a final attempt to exercise all the puts stacked up through July, shorting it all the way down just to exercise them at the bottom so they can ride the squeeze the way up with us, except we held time's up. Finally, another one stating that it seems like it might be a setup so that retail investors can't sue in the future. The settlement absolves AMC of any wrongdoing, and they tried to sneak in a clause forbidding opting out. Overall, you guys let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Getting into something very, very spicy, we called out GameStop recently in the Discord. It's doing extremely well, and the GameStop options chain is actually rising to a lot further strike prices than you'd normally see. GameStop's highest call strike price expiring Friday is $80. If indeed this is similar to January of 2021 when the strike was $60 and hit $65, then we can see over $80 end of day tomorrow. Now, of course, this is just a tinfoil hat theory explaining what we could see by Spacebound on Twitter. But one thing to note is that the call strike price is actually getting pushed further out and being created. So these contracts are being created saying, you know, it may not be likely to happen, but there is that potential there. Just to disclose, I am still in my GameStop and AMC calls as we speak. If you want to know my trades as soon as I take them, make sure to join the Discord. I am in there on the daily. We talk stocks, me and now 500 of the most amazing people. We post gains, post losses, and have options trading alerts in there, so make sure to join the Discord. The link is under the video, and I'm going to leave it in the comments for you guys, as well as Moomoo. If you guys want to download Moomoo, it's a free trading platform. It's most likely better than Robinhood and Webull, but on top of that, if you use my link, sign up, make an account, and make a deposit of any amount, you are going to start earning up to 20 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock, as well as if you're from Australia, you're getting a 10 free AMC stocks guaranteed with a deposit, plus up to 10 more on top of that. So make sure to go check out both of those links. It takes 2 minutes to sign up for Moomoo and make a deposit, as well as joining Discord. AMC is currently trading exactly sideways on the day, trading at $5.10, and this is exactly something that we are expecting for AMC. We expect it to scale up and have a pop come next week. Anytime from Monday to Friday of next week, I expect a gap up, at least retesting $7 on AMC, getting a little bit of a retracement, and then potentially heading for a peak for late May, early June. This is my outlook on AMC, and it also lines up with bull cycles we have been tracking. A pop right here in the green cycle, a pop right here in the blue cycle, both lining up perfectly to a T, as well as the overall yearly cycles that we have been tracking as well. We have a major point of interest where we are trading at right now, and that is why I'm fairly confident in my calls. On top of that, XRP is starting to scale up, which then you could see Ethereum Classic scale up, as well as AMC, so on and so forth, but that is not the main outlook on this. It's mainly the cycles that we have been tracking. As for GameStop, we're trading at $23.04, up 0.74% on the day. In the morning, we had a little bit of a flash down and then had a U-shaped recovery. In my opinion, that was an attempt to get bulls who were betting calls that were already in the green to actually close those gains, because I was very close and thinking about it as well until I reassured myself by looking at these cycles and decided how confident I actually was. GameStop, what we're expecting right now that has potential is one of two things. One, more likely, which is the potential rip that we had back in January of 2021. If this is your first video you're watching on my channel, you're probably like, this dude just pulling it out of his ass. But of course, I am not doing that. Make sure to go watch my other videos as to why GameStop could rip right now, potentially early to mid-June. And this is exactly what it's tracking. And we are seeing big green days on GameStop. The other thing that we could have potentially seen with GameStop is a more dragged out version. Either way, safe place to bet calls at least a few months out. Overall, this is my outlook on AMC, GameStop, but the S&P 500 will affect short sellers. The S&P 500 is scaling up today, trading at 417.30 as I'm making this video, up 0.5% on the day, fighting this trend line in this ascending parallels channel that we have, which is usually bearish, sometimes bullish. In this case, we are waiting for a break over $420. Now, if it does, I stated that that would be confirmation that the SPY would continue to rally, but keep in mind, we have a gap fill back here right around 421.50. The SPY could break over 420, people could load up on calls, and then it could fake you out and get pushed to the downside. Now, while the SPY is running right now, keep in mind, bears are getting kicked in their ass. When it ran up to about 403, when we descended all the way down here in October of 2022 and ran back up, short sellers lost about $82 billion within a week. So just keep in mind right now that this could be squeezing shorts out of their positions just based off of the overall market. Bears could be getting crushed, which is a good thing to see. My outlook doesn't really matter on the SPY. You guys get my outlook on AMC and GameStop. And essentially, I'm waiting for a break one way or the other. The SPY is looking good, but I didn't get confirmation just yet. Overall, this is the quick outlook on the SPY. Now, don't click off the video because Citadel is actually suing a crypto trading firm. Citadel Securities is suing high-frequency trading crypto firm Portofino, alleging two former executives stole trade secrets as they tried to raise money and launch their startup. Citadel alleges in a lawsuit that two former employees were trying to raise capital and build high-frequency trading firm while still at the company. A spokesperson from the other side of the lawsuit says that Citadel is just corporate bullying them, and this is not true. Now, is Citadel afraid of somebody using their trade secrets and actually making a profit off of this? Or does Citadel have something against these employees? Do you guys think about this in the comments down below? And who do you think will win? Because a spokesperson from the crypto platform that Citadel is suing states, in quotes, "This claim is the latest step in a campaign by Citadel to seek to prevent Portofino from going about its legitimate business." The spokesperson said, basically, we will fight this and we are confident that we will be successful because Citadel is just in the wrong here. Following that up, some things that will affect the market: U.S. jobless claims rise 242,000, estimated 254, and previously 264, as the U.S. only has $25 million left before it hits its debt ceiling, in which case they could have other routes to go. It is not the end of the world. Other routes could be increasing the debt ceiling, cutting spending, increasing taxes, which would overall suck. Privatizing assets, reaching for external sources of financial assistance, prioritizing debt payments, or negotiating with creditors are all things that could be potential ways out after the US does hit its debt ceiling. But again, it is coming up very, very fast. Deutsche Bank has agreed to pay $75 million to settle a proposed class action lawsuit alleging the lender facilitated the late Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking ring. Finally, Hong Kong just launched a digital currency, central bank digital currency pilot. Remember, CBDC is financial slavery. Overall, guys, that's what I got for you for today's video. And don't forget that AMC popcorn is flying off of Walmart shelves as Walmart reports a positive earnings today. I just wanted to throw this at the end of the video. Shout out to Walmart, shout out to AMC. That is what I got for you guys for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Make sure to hit the like button on your way out, share the video, drop a comment down below, check the links. I love you all. Lottery sucks out.